It's nice to be back with you once again. I'm Oluwole Fadokun. Today I'll be looking at how do you exit a toxic relationship? How do you get to leave a toxic relationship? A lot of people are in a toxic relationship, but they find it very difficult to move on. And the reason for that may not be far fetched or may not be far from the following. Number one, not loving themselves enough and thinking the person, he or she, is the best that they can ever get. Okay, because it can also be because of the children. It can also be because of the time and investments that they are put into the relationship. It can also be because they feel no one will ever love them again if they exit such a relationship. So, whatever may be your reason why you are still in a toxic relationship, one thing you need to know is that you deserve the best. Okay, so are you in a relationship in which you cry more than you laugh? Are you in a relationship in which you argue more than you converse? Does this relationship make you feel better or does it make you feel worse? Do you ever feel trapped in this relationship? Does the thought of this relationship, does it generate anxiety for you? Do you feel worthless? Do you feel scared? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel worn out or you feel insecure around this particular person, whereas it's not so with others? Do you feel like you are compromising your life goals being around this person, or that you're not taking care of yourself very well mentally, physically, and spiritually? So, to get out of a toxic relationship, you need to do the following to help you get out of a toxic relationship. Number one, you need to come to an understanding that you are in a toxic relationship. Quit making excuses for the other person's toxic behavior. I want you to know that this is the greatest mistake that a lot of people make when they are deciding whether to leave or to stay in a relationship that they are being mistreated. You need to have an understanding that you are the only person that can control your behavior. You cannot control the behavior of the other person. So, unless the other person makes a decision to change their behavior or to correct their toxic behavior, you cannot change them. Okay, so and most times, if they don't desire to be helped or they don't desire to get help with their toxic behavior, they will probably not change. Okay, so the next point will be for you to have a conversation with the person that you're in a toxic relationship with. You need to express your mind, you need to express your feelings to them. It is important for you to express your feelings to that person that you're in a toxic relationship, and the reason is just because you want to be on a playing ground, you want to be on the fair ground. So that it won't be as if you are taking a decision without them having an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, as always, it is important for you to state how you feel, how the person makes you feel, without pointing an accusing finger or without directing any blame to that person. Okay, it is good that when you're having conversation with them, it's good that you start on a neutral footing. Avoid phrases like "you make me feel bad" or "you make me feel." Instead, start with something that expresses your own emotions. For example, "I feel very sad" or "I feel very angry when I hear you say something like this," or "when I hear you um, act in a particular way." Have a conversation with them that will help determine if the toxic partner will become defensive or if they will become angry, and if they will make a choice either to leave or to stay in the relationship. Okay, or it also help you to try to know whether he or she will try to make amend in that relationship. Okay, regardless of their responses, regardless of whatever they are saying, express your feeling. Expressing your feeling is very, very important to mending or to leaving that relationship. Is very key. It will help you to gauge their reaction to whatever you are saying. Then the next thing that you need to do uh, if you want to exit a toxic relationship is to make a decision, which is the most crucial part. So having have a conversation with them, the depth of the conversation will help you to know whether to stay or to move. Okay, so now the question is that, do you want to stay or do you want to move? Okay, after you have expressed your feelings, you need to decide whether the relationship is worth fighting for. If you might be better off without this person, is something that you also need to consider. Okay, then you need to think about how the person responds when you express your feelings. Was he or she defensive? Did he or she blame you? Did they make excuses or did they ignore you? Okay, these are telltale signs that will help you to determine whether you're going to leave or you're going to stay in the relationship, or whether the relationship is worth fighting for or whether it's not worth fighting for. No matter what may be the situation, know that you deserve better, you deserve the best. If the person accepted your word and apologized or agrees that there is a major problem and there's need to work on it, then maybe the relationship is worth fighting for. But if not, I will advise you to take a walk. Okay. I also want to advise you that during the period of you taking decision, try as much as possible to minimize your conversation, minimize your contact with them during this period. Then the next point for you will be that you need to stick with your decision. Oftentimes, after leaving someone, you begin to miss the person, and the reason is just that um, our brain find it easy to remember the good times that you share together with people. Finds it easy to remember those good times over the bad times. But you need to understand that you come to that decision after a very thoughtful process before you can actually come to the decision to exit that relationship. People often return to toxic relationships sometimes because it is a familiar part, it's a comfortable part. So some may also go back because they lack self-love. So, but whatever may be the reason, um, it is advisable for you to take your decision and stand by your decision. It can be very tempting for you to go back into the relationship with that person, but always remember that before you came to that decision, you have gone through a very thorough thought process. So stick with your decision and remember that it was made to better you and to better your life. Okay, then the last one for you, if you want to exit a toxic relationship, is that you need to make yourself happy. Okay, find alternative things, alternative source of happiness. Engage yourself in hobby, engage yourself in programs, and volunteer. Do things for yourself. Do things that will make you feel relaxed. Do things that will make you feel happy. Spend time with friends. Spend time with family. Spend time with colleagues. Go out and go on adventure. Explore. That is the best way that can help you to get over a toxic relationship. I believe you've been able to learn something today. I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear your comment. I would like to hear your views. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make use of the subscribe button below this video. I wish to hear from you. Till I come your way again. Bye for now.